Hi, welcome to Pictures, Noise and Words. I'm Hedgie and this is OBSCURA, a band that I honestly thought I'd done before, but I haven't. It's just one of those names that made me think, I've heard of this band. But anyway, this was a request, so this song is like 3 years old and it's a song called Devoured Usurper, which is a cool name for a song. And it's off this album, A Valediction. So this came from Mark Blau. Hey Mark, how you doing? Who's been a very long time commenter and watcher on this channel. So yeah, he's been on the channel. Go and look up. There's a video of him here with me. Anyway, it's not important right now. This album came out 3 years ago. So something happened here that Mark requested this song at Christmas, and I wasn't making any videos out at Christmas. I just took a week off or 2 weeks off. So I didn't get round to doing it. And then when I looked up the song, because I didn't have a link, he said, here's the name of the song. And I looked it up, and OBSCURA have just brought out literally 3 days ago, or 4 days ago, whatever, but very, very recently anyway, a new song and with a new video coming off a new album. They've got a new album coming out called, it's called, bear with, A Sonication, and it's coming out on February the 7th, 2025. So, I thought, I'll do the new song, but there's a reason I'm not doing the new song, and I'll get to it afterwards. Ooh, foreshadowing. I mean, of course, you could just skip to after the song and find out why, but, don't do that. It's a spoiler surprise. But there's a reason I'm not doing the new song, and I'm doing the song that Mark requested, which is fair enough. The reason I'm not doing the reason I'm doing the one, of course, that he requested is he said it's like one of his favourite death metal songs, and so I can't ignore that, can I? So here's OBSCURA from 3 years ago, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. The song, but also what's going on in my head about OBSCURA, having done hardly any research, but we'll talk later. And what did I do? What did I do?
Expectation
Well, that that song is a monster, isn't it? So I'm just right out of the gate. I am not a fan of the throwing up in a bucket death metal vocals, right? I like death metal. I love all of I like black metal vocals. I like all of that stuff. There's just a certain kind of death metal vocal, the throwing up in a bucket kind, that just doesn't work for me. And right at the beginning of the song, I thought, oh, we've got a throw up in a bucket singer. But then it kind of, as the song progressed, I kind of forgot about that. And also, I think, I don't know whether his voice changed a little, or, you know, sort of his voice became more, what's the right word? More into the kind of death metal vocal I'm okay with, but I got over it really fast. So it's relentlessly heavy, you know, and you've clearly got an absolute top-notch bunch of musicians together. You know, the drummer is just super accurate and super. I mean, he's a professional drummer, he should be, but you know, someone's really good when they kind of make it look effortless, even though you know it is not, and they're working really hard. You know, they put the hours in, sort of thing. And then you've got the six string fretless bass. How much power do you need in your hand to press on a fretless bass? I've never played a bass guitar in my life, right? But if you've got no frets, surely you're having to literally go clamp every time, clamp, 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 and then to do it over like 6 strings with the right amount of power, he must have a handshake that could, you know, break rocks. And then do it at that speed, clamp, 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 clamp. I don't understand it. Maybe it's not as bad as that, but I'm just thinking, wow, that looks like you're making your life harder. You know, I'm going to make my life, and I understand without the frets you can do smooth things. As you can see, I'm not a bass player. Bass players, can tell me what the heck it is I'm trying to say. So they're all clearly brilliant at what they do, and that song is a monster, right? I mean, I can see why you like that, Mark. It's just, it's a big, crushing boulder of a song, isn't it? So, right at the beginning, I said, I looked up the new song, and I never do this, so I don't know why I did this time. I never do this. I think the top comment caught my eye of the new song, right? So, on the old song, the comments underneath the video, because bear in mind, I know nothing about OBSCURA. They're completely obscure to me. See what I did there? Sorry about that. That's it. 2,000 people just unsubscribed. I don't know anything about this band whatsoever, right? So so reading the comments under the new song made me look at the comments under this song, which is 3 years old. And it basically says that Morbid Angel comes up a lot in the comments. And Morbid Angel's one of those bands that again, I've heard of for years and years and years, and I've never listened to. So maybe I should listen to some Morbid Angel at some point. But anyway, because someone literally called them Morbid Obscura, but whatever. So then it says, like, that growl worthy of such and such a person. Stefan. So Stefan's the singer, I'm pretty sure. Stefan is fantastic. Very cool, all death metal sound. You get the damn. Stefan's guitar looks so sick. It did look pretty cool, actually, his guitar, didn't it? And so on and so forth. In fact, I did not notice this. I just noticed this right now. This is from 2 years ago. Somebody called Mark Blau. You know, it's like, wow, Mark. He said, just another example of metal that sounds very heavy without playing at top speed. Ridiculously good. Okay, Mark, I'm with you, right? I totally agree. Totally agree. So, where am I going with all of this? Then I looked at the new song that came out literally 3 days ago, 4 days ago, or whatever. They've got a new album coming out. The new album's coming out in February, and it's called a sonication. I think I mentioned that at the beginning. So underneath the comments are like the opposite of the old one. The first comment is, Stefan thinks he is OBSCURA, but OBSCURA is other great musicians. This is the top comment. This is the one that caught my eye. But OBSCURA is other great musicians that left the band, and many more will leave again. So it would appear that something's happened between this album and the new one. And then the next comment, let's look at all the musicians Stefan has scared away and why. And then he lists people that were treated badly by Stefan, allegedly. I do not know these people, don't know the band or anything. But it's just interesting how between the last album, I assume this is the last album, but 3 years ago and now, the comments are like the opposite. Alex Weber, I don't know who that is, or Weber, W-E-B-E-R, Alex Weber, just came out with proof Stefan is using his ideas to create this song, and this album was rushed. Okay, how do they know this album was rushed? It's not out yet. You got to, obviously, YouTube comments, you got to take with a bit of a pinch of salt, but it's funny how, and I haven't heard the new song, but God, this was a dull listen. Wow. So I'm not going to go and listen to the new song now and see if anything, what's happened, but it's just interesting. It seems like from the comments, right, this is without any proof or any looking into it or anything like that. This is not my opinion, but looking at the comments, it looks like one guy owns the band, Stefan, and he's difficult to work with, and the fan base does not like it. So they clearly had fans who loved what they were doing and do not love what they're doing now, or whatever has happened in the last 3 years. It's always interesting, that one. If Paz was here, we could almost certainly do a podcast on bands that have gone through lineup changes because somebody is difficult. Yeah, I'm sure we can come up with a list of musicians, and it sounds like Stefan is the same. I have absolutely no proof, and I do not know that. So I do not know that for sure. It's just the comments that's just so different. I was thinking, oh, I'll do the new song, but then realised, no, that's not what Mark asked for. He asked for this old OBSCURA song because it's such a good one. I'm sort of afraid to listen to the new one now. Anyway, the new one's called Evenfall. So if you want to go and listen to it and make some comparisons yourself, go for it. That's probably enough right now, but you certainly made it was an interesting subject, Mark. So thanks for recommending OBSCURA to me. Now I'm going to have to go and listen to some Morbid Angel, because I do not know Morbid Angel. Just don't know them. Know the name, been around forever. Don't know them, but that 3 years ago we're getting compared to them a lot. Yeah. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.